Ladies and gentlemen, I want to yet thank you once again for taking the time to watch a brief tutorial on insurance education. Now, I'm asked many questions. What are the difference between term, whole life, universal life, etc.? And I've already done a video about term life. So if you guys, I invite you, you're more than welcome to go check out. And it's entitled Understanding Term Life Insurance. In this one, I really want to go over whole life insurance, but with a tad bit twist. I want to talk about final expense, uh, life insurance. Now, again, I do broker with many of the companies out here, including, commercial liability. So we're able to really just compare. We sit down with you. Chances are, as a single person, if we don't have what you want, we're going to lose you. But being on the broker side of the fence within the insurance industry, we're able to shop amongst a various, this different, amount of carriers. So that way we do the shopping for the client. We look at options and we compare and contrast. So this particular carrier here, I'm just going to kind of just keep the namesake out of it just for purpose of compliance. I created a quote for a female 35 living in Illinois at about $10,000. Now, let me back up for a second. You may be asking me, well, Chris, what is the difference between just whole life or final expense? Final expense is typically the smaller amounts, like this one is 10,000. Your regular whole life typically is, carriers vary. So for this particular carrier here, the minimum for a regular whole life that is not classified as final expense is typically about 50,000 minimum. But on a final expense, you can go with the lower face amounts. So starting from 10, you can even do, let me see if I can just show you an example. So maybe, and that was a 10,000, and maybe for a 35-year-old female, she want to look at 20,000. That premium is about $29.84. For someone that this fits, especially for a budget-friendly family. Now, I could quote another policy, but different life products fit in a unique situation. Not every product fits everyone. So we're big on matching the correct one. If someone is telling me, Chris, I want something very basic, nothing fancy. I don't want to be part of the stock market or anything like that. I just want something very basic. This policy here is what I would recommend, because it truly is just that basic. So for $20,000 face amount, female, 35, you're looking at $29.84 monthly. And, basic significant cash value, there's no extra, there's no, again, in this type plan, if you pay more, that you really is not going to benefit from that unless we go up in face amount. If you pay less, you take a chance of your premiums lapsing. So it is what it is. It's, with whole life, again, it's something very basic, where there are other permanent policies where there are more flexibility. And again, that will be discussed in a whole nother video, and you'll see the difference. But for just a basic final expense whole life policy, which will cover obviously final expense costs, funeral, maybe medical if there is medical, any final debt that may be around, what else? And obviously money being left behind for a beneficiary. So again, it's not a whole lot to these policies, ladies and gentlemen. A final expense whole life policy, really is, again, just very basic whole life, $20,000 face amount. There's no medical. You don't have to worry about urine and a blood sample. What else? These policies are good for people, maybe they've been turned down because due to a certain illness. This gives that type of flexibility. We have other policies that fit other illnesses as well. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to do something very quick. It's nothing, fancy. So, you guys have any questions? Just look at the links I have at the bottom of this video in the description box. You're able to reach out to me to see the social media, my phone number, everything about the agency. And again, ladies and gentlemen, we just want to do our best here to educate you uh, as the best ways we can. And by doing that, we believe it's a see it for yourself approach. You look at it, you understand it, you have any questions, we're here to help you. Everyone, have a blessed day. Take care.